Yo, what it do, everybody? It's about time we finally got something back up here on the channel. We have been taking a brief hiatus. I am your host, Will. This is Fandom Frequency, and for those of you rediscovering the channel or just coming to the channel recently, or obviously for those that have obviously been subscribed to the channel and maybe been curious about what we've been doing, any of my homies and friends out there, colleagues that have been curious about the channel, I've been really focused on my musical project with my band, Blackout Alley, and also just been doing a lot of things with personal stuff and everything like that. But I've also had to make a little bit of a pivot, use some different stuff here. As you see, we're using a different camera. I have owned this camera for a while. It's a Sony A6000, and had to find the charger and kind of figure out some stuff because I ran out of storage on my iPhone, and all kinds of craziness has been going on. And obviously, as you guys can see from the actual thumbnail and title of the video, it's a channel update, and we're going to be switching and doing some different stuff creatively for the channel, similar to what I did before in the past. Of course, we're not completely changing everything. We're still going to be talking about movies, TV, anime as well, but what we're going to be doing is mostly focusing on retro stuff from at least 15, 20 years and plus ago for the most part. We're going to be covering some new topics and some new movies and TV shows, like obviously, let's say Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Batman Part 2, things like that that are coming out, and stuff that's coming out in the very near future, like Scream 7, things like that. We're still going to cover stuff that is modern, but for the most part, the channel is going to be moving into more of a retrospective type of retro type of vibe. And I'm already working on a couple things now. A few of these videos you're going to be seeing real soon are going to be more spooky season themed with horror and Halloween and whatnot. But a lot of the movies throughout the rest of the year will cover horror and all kinds of different genres and just films that I grew up loving or films that I discovered that are classics that I want to discuss with you guys. We're going to get into the behind the scenes and some of the making of the film, my first time discovering the movie and actually my first experience watching it, or if it's going to be my first time viewing it and then talking to you guys about it. Won't be as much backstory there, but a lot of these films are going to be stuff that comes from before I was born and stuff that came out in the 90s and 80s and 2000s that I grew up on. And I want to share my passion of those films and TV shows and animes and maybe even animated series and things like that with you guys and things like that. So we're going to be covering mostly retro content. Like I said, Stranger Things season 5 that's coming out soon. We're going to be talking about it. Peacemaker season 2, which is currently showing week to week episodes. I definitely want to get into that. So we're going to talk about modern subjects, but look forward to much more evergreen, retrospective type of content here on Fandom Frequency that we're going to be getting into here on out. One thing that I will tease for you that I'm currently writing and getting and shooting and getting things together for that is going to be Lords of Dogtown from 2005 is going to be the first retro kind of review you guys see on the channel here next. And I got some really fun ones from the 80s and the 70s and some stuff from the 2000s and the 90s that I want to get into. But for the ones that are confirmed right now that's in the can that I am working on, Lords of Dogtown from 2005, that's going to be the first retro video right there. And it is the 20th anniversary this year, just this past summer. So I figured, why not get into something that is very, very integral to my childhood, me getting into skate culture and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, we're going to have some horror movies coming in soon for October and the whole spooky season. So be on the lookout for that. And like I said, we're still going to cover some more modern stuff, but for the most part, look out for retro content. And the plan moving forward is to do a video at least every single week. So that is the plan right now. You get at least one retro review every single week. And, it could be movies, could be TV shows and things like that. And then as things progress, hopefully I'll be able to do maybe a couple of retro episodes for you guys, but I'm going to be doing much more edited videos and things like that, which is going to be the complete opposite of the video you're seeing right now. But we're going to be doing all that stuff moving forward for you people out there and for all the subscribers that we will get for the channel as we grow this community and just want to talk about things that I love and grew up on and really cherish the most. I'm also working on a music channel that's going to be launching either at the end of this year or early 2026. That's going to be strictly about old school music, modern music, and maybe even showcasing music that I work on or things that collaborators and people that I know that are artists, and I want to highlight them as well for that channel. But we're going to keep that under wraps for now as I'm slowly getting it planned and getting it all lined up. But the Fandom Frequency channel will be much more about retro videos, retrospectives, just talking about things that I grew up loving, things that you guys also, and you gals and everyone in between out there grew up loving. So we're going to be much more about looking back at things with those nostalgic glasses, you know what I mean? And just kind of celebrating things that we love and grew up on, and things that shaped us into the creatives and film fans and anime fans and all that we are today. So make sure you click the like below the video and all that stuff. You know, we really appreciate that. Make sure you're subscribed if you somehow found this video and are discovering us for the first time. We got a lot of different things I've talked about in the past, whether it's Kevin Smith movies, Tarantino movies, tons of classic horror and things like that. We've talked about comic book movies and anime and stuff like that on the channel. So there's a whole bunch of stuff you guys can check out, and a lot of modern releases from the past 4 years since we started the channel is all over, littered throughout the page. And we also are going to be trying to get into movie reactions. I have one in the can, but I've been having a hard time getting it through copyright. So we're going to be dabbling with that, and we're going to do some trailer reactions for things that drop here and there. So make sure you stay tuned, don't sleep, and look out for that first retro review of Lords of Dogtown and many more to come. But until next time, thank you for taking time out of your busy life and checking this out. And until next time, much love, and we're going to catch you again real soon. Stay tuned, don't sleep, y'all. Peace.